When you wake up in the morning and the light has hurt your head, the first thing you do when you get up out of
Heat 12 just went, and I'll determine what class that is in a minute. Heat number 15. This looks like stock D sleds. Not quite sure. There's some Derek Eberle's in lane 1 and a Mercury Snow Twister in lane 2. And I think that's Bonnie Haracek just won that last heat. And Heidi Rudy. Looks like Dwight Harudko driving a Snow Twister for somebody. That might be Monty Mercero's sled. Dwight used to race a lot, been busy out making a living. Heat 16, that's Kendra Benoit in lane 2. Kendra's raced for a long time. And we'll slowly get to know everybody out here. So something to watch, folks. We just had a jump on the line we had to talk about. But something to watch out for. Sled 714 is a Yamaha, and that's Trevor McLean. He came all the way from St. Petersburg, Florida to race here. He's originally from Regina area, and his dad Greg is here, and a close relation of his, Dennis Moore, is here from Regina. And the guys are all looking forward.
Lining up.
So that was heat 21, folks. The 3 sleds in there. Heat 22. Kevin just waiting for the track to clear. One of the Reeds from Warman in lane 1 on a SRX. So we'll slow things down a bit. We're back into the stock classes. Can't quite see the numbers. Heat 23. Grace, heat 24, what class are we in?
Heat 24 is B stock.
Thank you. So this is stock B. This is among the bigger classes. Danny Shara from Strasbourg just went by on his Arctic Cat. We do have racers from all over the province. Probably some from Manitoba and Alberta. I'll have to track them down. And like we said, Trevor McLean from St. Petersburg, Florida. What's he doing in this frozen wasteland? There's John Rudy in lane 1. John and Tim and Eunice are here racing. And we're missing Big Jim. Big Jim passed on us here around Christmas time. Jim was a big helper in the races. There's problems in lane 3. Nice Arctic Cat Zed won that heat.
25, lane 3 was a jump.
Heat 25, lane 3 was a jump. Sled number 511.
Thank you.
So we're in Heat 26.
Thank you.
That's Rob Bumphrey in lane 3. Rob's from Emerald Park. He's got a 77 TXL, which is a rare bird, but looks like the Yamaha in the far lane gave it to him. Tara Rudy was second in his heat. Looks like Perry Frisky, or one of his drivers. David Bussier is lane the third in that one, and then a Kawasaki. There used to be 120 to 140 different manufacturers of vintage sleds back in the day, and now we're down to 4. Yamaha, Skidoo, Polaris, and Arctic Cat. Arlie Kimmy's towing Wyatt LeQuay back. Wyatt's driving a 72 TX 340. Now I might be feeling a little guilty because that's a sled I sold Wyatt last year, that old beat up TX. So I think he'll probably want a refund, and or unless he's just saving gas, he's probably just saving gas. The economy's pretty tight, you know. So I enjoy this class. This is Relic One Lung Mod. The Relics are 1973 and earlier. And lane 1 we have Blaine Cooper from Regina, and number 0. That's an old TNT Skidoo. We've got the greatest of the greats here. We've got Bob Mills on a ski rule. Number 562. Terry Bonner's in lane 3 on his Arctic Cat. This is a mod class, so you'll see things rip. Terry's pretty fast. Looks like Bob's he's tuning his carburetor. He's going to get that high-speed jet on that Tillotson carb just where he wants it. Don't worry, Bob will be back in the B-side. So that's one heat of Relic One Lung. Looks like that's all we're going to have. And now we move to 340 liquid mod. There'll be stock sleds in here, just not so loud. But we'll have some mod sleds. There's number 456 is obviously a Blizzard Skidoo. Well, the Skidoo moves pretty good. Terry Bonner won his heat, and then Blaine second on his Skidoo. Matt Hess from Cadet on the nice TNT, and then Bob. Bob will be back, trust me. This should really move. Looks like that was Trevor McLean on that TX going by. And if you look on the far side of the track, there's Wyatt. He just got pulled in on his old TX, but I see he's got it going. So, oh no, he's on the practice track. Wondering what went wrong. Should be heat 31. Looks like Cam Livingston won that last open mod heat. Cam is actually going to take over this job. I don't know if he'll be doing the broadcast next year, but he's going to do the coordination of these races. I've done it for 15 years, Grace and I, and all our helpers, and I think we're just going to step aside and let the young blood take over. I'm sure we'll be still kicking around the track. Heat 32, that's Ben Carson in lane 2. That's Jerry Lattiser's old mob. Now folks, when we get toward intermission, I'll give you a warning, but what happens then is we like all the workers to have a chance at a burger, and we want them back on the track to keep working. So if you should get your meal before or after intermission if you can, because the workers are going to be there. Now here's a rare sight. Here's an old Polaris Charger down there in lane 3. I think that's Ernie Moldovan pulling the rope. And we'll give him a chance to get it going. Ray Ferdine is on 873 with those goggle glasses there. He's on the B side. Keep going, Ernie. Keep going. You'll get it. There he goes. There he goes. That's a nicely restored or original old Polaris. It probably hasn't had a lot of run time on it lately, so we'll give him another chance later. This must be H stock. H stock, we've done something different. We haven't had a lot of entries over the years lately in the smaller classes. So we've put $100 extra cash prize into H, which is the second lowest class, and IJ.
Heat 34 lining up.
Heat 34, so this is H stock. Got a nice mix. We have a Yamaha, a Rupp. Bob's down there with his ski roll. Ernie's got the old Charger working better. He'll be back on the B side. So we are offering a little extra cash prize on H and IJ just to stimulate the lower classes, and we've had a real good turnout. I'm sure we'll have 2 or 3 heats where last year we might have had 2 sleds. Heat number 35. There's a Snowjet Astrojet in lane 1. That's the exact snowmobile I had as a kid. We put miles on it. Looks like Redaways are over there in lane 2 on a motoski. And is that John Rudy on a TC Polaris? I think so. He's leaning into it. He's getting extra speed out of it. That was Greg Herr from White City on his old Rupp. Now Arlie is taking the tow sled down. That's Arlie Kimmy. He's the groomer operator. He built this track, pushed all the snow. And looks like somebody needs a rescue down there. So Arlie's gone down. He's got a tow strap and we'll have a little delay. Double A stock. Double A is the highest stock class we have. And this is where your 6,000 El Tigers, your Yamaha SRXs, Polaris Centurions all run. Kevin's going to send them down. Jerry Zarco's in lane 2. 6,000 cat. That's one fast cat. Heat 37 is double A. Here's Scott Zarko. Or is it? No, I can't tell who's in lane 1 here. All these suits and helmets, you can't tell. Looks like David Mills in lane 2. That could be Mark Suchuk's Polaris way down in lane 4. This could be fast. So Bob's...
Lane 1 was a jump. Lane 1, Heat 37, sled 888.
Sorry, Heat 31?
37.
Sled 888 jump?
That is correct.
Thank you.
So still in double A, big class. This is Danny Shira in lane 1, John Rudy in lane 3, and Rob Bumphrey in lane 4. All fast sleds. I think that was Kerry Schmier in lane, won that heat. Heat 39. If you think this has been a long day, you're just getting started. We're probably going to run well over 250 heats today. We're going to have to keep moving along here. So, like I said, as long as Kevin thinks the track is clear, he's going to send them down. Rob Bumphrey won that. He just built that Centurion Indy there. 500 3-cylinder engine. Did a lot of powder coating. I'm jealous. Now we're into Relic Open Mod. This is any 1973 and earlier. Here comes Brennan Boxall on a Thunderjet, lane 1. Local machinist Trevor LeQuay in lane 2 with an SSR. That's a 73 Yamaha SSR. A rare sled indeed. Brennan got a good jump. Blaine Cooper was down there keeping these guys honest with his old Skidoo number 0. Looks like only one heat of Relic Open Mod. So we'll move on to the big class. This is Stock C. I'd have to look through the sheets to see how many we registered, but it's the biggest, generally the biggest stock class. This is your 440 free airs, 340 liquids, pretty even race. One of Perry Frisky's Arctic Cats in lane 1. Probably number 70. We're missing some guys in this heat. There should be at least 4. Somebody's turning around down there with his Arctic Cat. Maybe got in the wrong lane. Yeah. A little confusion. Looks like one of the Watt boys, Jesse or James, down there in lane 4 from Christopher Lake. We have a lot of racers from PA area. Heat 43. So Kevin just looking down the track to make sure. We try to be safe. We've never really had an injury at our races. Lots of pride gets hurt. Lots of people hurt my feelings all the time. We bounce back. Now Mark Verstraeten and Rob Burdett and possibly a couple more helpers who haven't been introduced yet are down at the finish line. They're sitting in a big old van down there, and they are trying to determine who finished first, second, third, and fourth as they flash by. Not a hard thing with the little one-lung sleds, but these mods are going easily 120 kilometers an hour, 130 kilometers an hour. And they do have a video camera down there, and if it's really close, they'll review the video, and that's probably what's going on now. And they'll make a determination who they felt was first. Judge's decision is final, and that's what we do. So we're just going to hold this heat for a second while we get back on track. It's Jesse Watt in lane 1, heat 43.